What's up, guys? Welcome back. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers review here. I'm a little lower on the Steelers than most people will have them. I have them 10th in my power rankings. They kind of had a misconfigured end to their season. They kind of lost their momentum at the wrong time. And, Big Ben really didn't look the same. We'll get into that later. But I just think this team's kind of got a ways to go before they can recapture that top momentum that they had at one point this season. So let's go ahead and take a look at Ben Roethlisberger. He goes down just a tiny bit. His injuries seem to be catching up with him. His arm strength did not look the same this season. I was not impressed. They really became a run-first team with the short passing game to Antonio Brown, but he was not the same guy moving the ball downfield, really utilizing all parts of the field. So we'll see if he can recapture that, but I think it might be a scenario where his injuries are catching up to him and he doesn't have the same ability as he used to. At running back, Le'Veon Bell, highest rated running back in the game. I think I would take David Johnson over him, but because of the receiving skills that Le'Veon has, he's just a little higher. Not that David Johnson doesn't have those things, but maybe Le'Veon just a little more well-rounded. And then D'Angelo Williams, I think he's a free agent. I don't think he'll be back. So they'll probably have to add another guy. It's a very deep class. But Le'Veon Bell, I have no doubt he's going to be back in Pittsburgh. And then receiver, not a ton of changes. So Antonio Brown at 96, not a ton to say about him. I think he dropped off a tiny bit towards the end of the year in terms of I don't think he's the best receiver in football anymore. That pretty clearly goes to Julio Jones, but definitely still a great receiver. And then the rest of these guys, Martavis Bryant, if he could just stay on the field, he's such a beast. So crazy elusive and fast for a guy that's 6'4", so you'll notice his speed and agility going up. And then the rest of these guys kind of moving down, just kind of solid number threes, number fours, but not a ton of upside after that. I guess Sammy Coates has the upside, but he's a lot of drops that are pretty concerning. Tight end, Ladarius Green definitely started to come on towards the end of the season, but he's got a pretty bad injury history. So Jesse James, a solid backup tight end for sure. This offensive line is a very good group, definitely top five, maybe 3 or 4. But Villanueva definitely emerging as one of the better left tackles in football. The interior is solid. I moved David DeCastro up. This guy is just a monster. And then Marcus Gilbert, very good right tackle. Onto the defense, a very average group that was pretty good against the run. And then these guys came on as pass rushers towards the end of the season, definitely in the playoffs. But a lot of older players, they've tried to get younger, but some of the guys haven't panned out. So I think they'll focus mostly on defense this offseason. Stephon Tuitt was pretty solid, but not a great pass rusher. Definitely good in the run game. Bud Dupree comes up mainly from his postseason performance, but definitely starting to click for Bud Dupree. So he'll be a big reason they're optimistic going into next season is they finally have a pass rusher. And then I think Lawrence Timmons is going to be gone in free agency, but Ryan Shazier goes up. I mean, he is just an absolute monster. He is the reason this run D was so effective. And then on the opposite side, James Harrison continues to defy his age. Had a great performance in the postseason. But Jarvis Jones goes down. He has not panned out, a former first-round pick. And then the corner is going to have to be fixed as well. Cockrell and Artie Burns are fine, but definitely not number ones. I mean, Artie Burns, I guess, was a rookie, so he could continue to develop. And then William Gay started to lose playing time. Started to lose playing time as the year went on, just kind of losing a step at 32 years old. And the safeties, are nothing special. Mike Mitchell had a pretty disappointing season, and then Sean Davis starting as a rookie. So that's it for the Steelers. I mean, they have a quite a bit of things to fix, but they obviously still have Super Bowl expectations for next season. I'm not going to be picking them to go to the Super Bowl like I did this last season. I think this was their year, and it just didn't happen in the end. But that said, pretty good outlook for next year. So next up, we got the Texans. Looking forward to talking about that one. So see you there.